Senator has just told Somali Americans to assimilate or go home. The word assimilate sounds reasonable, yeah? It's not. And I'm going to prove it to you using psychology. There are two very different things people confuse here. Assimilation means abandon who you are. Give up your language, drop your religion, erase your culture and become indistinguishable from the majority of the society. That means your original you is gone. Integration, however, means bringing who you are into the shared space, learn the language, participate in society, respect the law, and keep your identity. These are not the same thing. One is an invitation, the other is erosion. And here's what the science says, Ikhwani Fillah. Psychologists studies and spend decades studying how immigrants adapt. And they identified 4 strategies. Worst of them is full assimilation, meaning abandoning your culture to fit in. It constantly produces the worst mental health outcome. Why? Because your cultural identity is not a custom that you can take it off. It's how you see the world. It's how you see yourself. It's how you understand the world and how you feel safe. So when you destroy that, even voluntarily, you don't become more American. You become less to yourself. And any person who had lost themselves is psychologically broken. So when the congressman stands up and says, Somalis don't assimilate, he's not describing a problem. He is describing a success. Why? Because Somali Americans integrated. They build the mosques, they build the businesses, they learn the language, they run for the office and win. They become doctors, nurses, teachers, citizens. That's integration. The fact that they kept their faith, their language, their culture, that's not a failure. That's a psychological health. So here's what the senator is saying, whether he knows or not. He says, I want you to disappear. And that's not a civic standard. That's a demand for cultural death. Demand for cultural death. And here is the moral truth as well, Ikhwani Fillah. No society in the history has ever demanded assimilation from the immigrants and call it justice. Call it justice. I can tell you that's not a justice. That's a colonization. That's a forced conversion. That's a cultural genocide. Demanding that people erase themselves as the price of belonging, that's not a value. That's a power move dressed up in the language of civic. You can ask people to integrate, but you cannot ask them to disappear. Jazakumullahu khair.